In previous section, I talked about IPv4 addresses. I showed you that it is, comprised of different bits. It has, of course, 32 bits, and they are divided into 4 different parts. We call each of them an octet, and each octet has 8 bits. Now, again, I want to write down those bits here. This is the first bit. This is too fine of a too fine of a pen tip. This is the first bit, second bit, third bit, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth. And here I want to write the values again. For values, we have 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, and 128. You remember the values, and it is very easy to remember all of these values. Now, what I'm going to tell you is different classes of IPv4 addresses. Now, based on the first octet, and this is the first octet actually. I am writing the first octet here. First octet. So we are talking about the first octet. So here is the math. In different classes, for the first IP address, we have different bits, and they should be exactly what I am mentioning here. For class A, I write A here. For class A, the first bit that has a value of 128. Remember, the first bit has a value of 128 from the left, of course. The first bit should be 0. The rest of the bits can be anything. So I write, I put a cross for each of them. So they can be anything. So based on the fact you know that if all of these bits are 0, we will have a 0. If all of these bits are 1, we will have a value of 127. So based on different values that we can, give to these bits, we can have value between 0 to 127. So the first octet in decimal can be between 0 and 127. This is class A IPv4 addresses. What about class B? So write class B here. For class B, the first octet should be the first bit from the left side. The first bit should be 1, the second bit should be 0. And the rest of the bits can be anything. So this is the rest of the bits. Now, if I have these bits all 0, what I will get is 128. This is 128 at minimum. And if all of these are 1, what I will get is 191 at maximum. Again, this is simple math. 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16 plus 32 plus 0 plus 128. This makes it 191. So class B can be between 128 and 191. This is the values that the first octet of the class B IPv4 address can have it. So what about class C? For class C, the first bit should be 1. The second bit should be 1. The third bit should be 0, and the rest of the bit, they can be anything. Okay? So you get the idea. So for this, what will the values be? If all of those x's be 0, what we will have is 192. And if all of them are set to 1, we will have 223. So for class C, the minimum value is 192 and the maximum value is 223. This is the first octet of a class C IPv4 address. What about class D? And this is really easy for you. So as I told you, you get the idea, huh? It is 1 in the first bit, 1 in the second bit, 1 in the third bit, and 0 in the fourth bit. And the rest of the bits can be anything. So I put a cross next to these bits. So you know that if I add these up, this will give you a 224. Given that all of these crosses are 0, and if all of these crosses are 1, what I will get is 239. So the minimum and maximum value for the first octet of a class D IPv4 address is going to be 224 and 239. What about class E? This is the simplest one, and of course the most useless one, because we do not use class E actually. This is for experiments. That's it. So we have 1, 1, 1, 1, and the rest of the bits can be anything. So based on the fact we will have 240 for the minimum and 255 for maximum. So the first octet of a class E IPv4 address can be between 240 and 255. As I told you, these are the values that should be set for each of these classes. Class A should be 0 and the rest of the bits can be anything. Class B should have 10 and the rest of the bits can be anything. Class C should be 110 and the rest of the bits can be anything. Class D should be 1110 and the rest of the bits can be anything. And Class E should be 1111 and the rest of the bits can be anything. This is different classes based on the values that I have talked about that in previous section. Okay. Now we have different classes of IPv4 address, and what I will talk about in next section actually, in the next section, I want to go and talk about subnet mask, and I will show you what subnet mask means.